morning. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and a moment of silence.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And now for a moment of silence. And now for our SOAR pledge.
I will be a person who is safe, organized, accountable, and respectful every day. Skyhawk SOAR.
Good morning. Today is March 3rd, day 5. It's Thursday, and while the week is almost over, we can't end it without saying happy birthday to Mrs. Lyons. Also, we would like to congratulate Mrs. Couture for being this week's soaring teacher. It's that time of the year for staff, student, and parent surveys. Students in grades 3rd through 5th need to complete the elementary survey, and students in 6th through 8th need to complete the middle school survey. The surveys need to be completed by March 11th. The third quarter is coming to an end. Teachers, the gradebook will be open later today. Mrs. Yingling will notify you at this time. Students, that means you need to be accountable and complete any and all assignments that are due. We have your daily ELA and science fun facts. This sounds awful. The longest attack of hiccups ever lasted 68 years.
Today's question is, how can I get rid of hiccups? People have all kinds of hiccup remedies that they swear by, none of which seem to have much to do with each other, like swallowing a teaspoon of sugar or guzzling a glass of water or just holding your breath. But to figure out how to get rid of hiccups and why we get them in the first place, you gotta start with getting to know your diaphragm. The diaphragm is a sheet of muscle under your lungs that is one of the most important muscles you have if you enjoy things like breathing, and a hiccup is just an involuntary spasm of the diaphragm that causes it to contract suddenly. When that happens, you take in a gulp of air really quickly until your vocal folds, the membranes at the top of your throat, clamp shut. That's what causes the hic sound. Most of the time, the spasm stops as quickly as it started, and you can just say, "Excuse me," and get on with your life. But sometimes those spasms won't stop, which means it's time to get your diaphragm to relax. To do this, you basically gotta hit the reset button on your nervous system, or at least the part that controls your diaphragm. You can do that in a couple of different ways. One is to stimulate your vagus nerve. That's a nerve that runs down your neck from the base of your brain, and it regulates some of your body's most important functions, including your heartbeat and your breathing. Basically, you need to stimulate this nerve, distract it, if you will, so it'll stop constantly zapping your diaphragm. So some people have luck getting rid of hiccups by swallowing a teaspoon of sugar. Sounds delicious, but it's actually harder than it sounds. The act of gulping down those dry granules can provide just enough confusing stimulus for your vagus nerve to start focusing on your throat and leave your diaphragm alone. Another, more common approach to kicking the hiccups is to increase the level of carbon dioxide in your bloodstream. That might seem a little weird, but your natural breathing rhythms are regulated by your CO2 levels, and if they get too high, your nervous system will signal your diaphragm and lungs to make sure they're doing their job. And this is what's behind most of the hiccup-busting techniques you've probably heard of, like holding your breath or breathing into a paper bag or drinking a tall glass of water. All that stuff stops your intake of oxygen and ramps up your internal CO2 concentration, which signals your diaphragm to get its head in the game and fix things. If the human body weren't so weird, it wouldn't be so fascinating.
On the lunch menu today, Miss April is cooking up turkey fettuccine alfredo, garden salad with a muffin, and chicken tenders. Your side dishes will be pears, cauliflower, and mandarin oranges. Tomorrow evening is the mother-son dance. Make sure you dress your best, and you might have a chance to win some prizes. The doors open at 6 p.m., so get ready to have a lot of fun this Friday night. Dr. Seuss Week is almost over, and the Cat's Hat is selling fast. Your last chance to purchase one will be tomorrow morning in the cafeteria during the green eggs and ham breakfast. Remember, they are only $5. If you will be eating breakfast in the cafeteria tomorrow morning, try to arrive a little earlier than usual. The lines might be longer with people waiting to buy their green eggs and ham. The cafeteria doors will open at 6:45. If your parents will be joining you for breakfast, let them know that they can stay and join your class for the family math and reading morning for grades K through 5th. Harkin summer movie order forms are due back soon. Please get them turned in as soon as possible. And if you misplaced your form, you may pick up an extra copy in the front office. We will be right back with today's guest anchor.
He's just like me. Look at him.
Blah, blah, blah.
I don't say blah, blah, blah.
I'm looking for my son.
Dad? Give your old man a hug!
Afro circus, Afro circus, Afro polka dot, Afro.
Really?
Lebido? Matoka. Polanola matoka. Huh? Banana. Stuart? Banana. Banana!
Sean the sheep and his flock know every trick to having a good time.
With this magic book, any evil plan I write comes true. But to harness his power, I need the final page that is protected deep below the surface by one legendary hero.
Will you stop playing that tiny piano?
Sorry.
I'm going to change who I am and become a winner. Wow.
Find the courage.
If there's one person you want by your side at a moment like this, it's your loyal dog.
No dog!
Walking with Dinosaurs, the 3D movie.
Student Council is holding a fundraiser night on Tuesday the 8th at Colorverse on 83rd and Thunderbird.
The money will support homeless veterans.
There will be pickle sales after school today. Math mystery answers are due at the end of the day.
Make sure to place your sheet into the answer box. You could win a prize.
Culver's Concrete Mixers, the creamiest way to eat a Reese's peanut butter cup. We put as much care into our fresh frozen custard as Reese's puts into its peanut butter cups. Not only do we use family farm fresh dairy, we also use the best vanilla and cocoa beans. Handcrafting each concrete mixer, it creates a perfect blend. Which brings us back to this, the creamiest way to eat a Reese's. Put the spoon in straight and tall, you've got a perfect concrete mixer. Welcome to Delicious.
Now is your daily trivia.
Who is the king of the mud?
Please send in your answers to the library by 11:30.
The winners will be announced tomorrow.
Yesterday's winners were Riley in Miss Pyle's class, Taylor in Miss Freeman's class,
Ireland in Miss Butler's class, Justin in Mr. Hines' class, Gianni in Miss Schaefer's class, and Cody in Miss Barkett's class. The question was, who warned the children about the cat in the hat?
the fish.
That's all for today, Skyhawks.
We will leave you with your daily weather report.
Have a good day.